Differenter. I'm Thao and I'm your host for today's show. And I'm here with the lovely Carol Watson. Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Welcome to our show.
Well, thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So can you tell our lovely audience what it is that you do and who you are?
I'm Carol Watson, and I have multiple jobs. My one job that is the paying job is I'm president and CEO of Tangerine-Watson.
Wow.
And I'm also the president of the board for Advertising Women in New York.
Awesome. You have many hats.
I have many hats.
So tell me a little bit about AWNY and what it is that you guys do there.
Advertising Women of New York, AWNY, is an organization for women and men in the advertising, media, and marketing industry. So it was started over 100 years ago.
Wow.
And it was started because women were not allowed to join the ad club. So 100 years later, now we have about 1,700 members.
Wow.
Primarily in New York, but we believe in supporting and developing women at all levels and celebrating their achievements. We do about 35 events a year, so we're really
that's
involved.
Amazing. Now, how many men do you have in this organization?
Not as many. Men are welcome. I think they're
Yeah.
a little afraid because it's called AWNY, but they're
Really?
welcome.
I would think that they'd want to be more part of it.
You would
since,
think
there's
so,
so many women.
yes.
I mean, I would be.
At the major events, at the award events, it's usually
Yeah.
50-50. So they
Okay,
come out to
cool.
support the awardees.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So, about Tangerine-Watson, when did you start this company?
I started in 2006.
Wow.
And I come from the media industry, so
Okay.
when I started Tangerine-Watson, it was a call of action.
Okay.
I was asked to lead a spin-off organization from Tangerine, and at the same time that the Human Rights Commission was really giving a lot more heat to the advertising industry because of the lack of mid to senior level talent.
Wow.
So it was started in the midst of that.
Incredible. And how has it grown in your eyes since 2006?
Our business has grown very successfully. It started out with just me. I now have a team of 4, and I work with different partners throughout the country depending on what we do. So when we started, the goal was to really bring in and recruit more talent, and we quickly realized that the need was for more than just recruiting.
Yeah.
It was also for coaching and for development, doing events, and really building out and helping organizations and agencies transform their culture so that they're more inclusive, which is more important than just the recruiting piece.
So that leads me to my question of how important is diversity in your line of work?
Diversity is the topic of conversation usually,
Yeah.
and usually a high-level person will call us because they look around and they don't see a lot of diversity.
Right.
We quickly realized, although it's a point of entry, that it's important to really talk about how inclusion is an important piece for the organization, not only to grow business, but in order to retain and see people thrive in the business. So while diversity is a topic of conversation, our focus and my mission is really about retention and making sure that people thrive in an inclusive culture.
That's amazing. You have such a great role. Now, what's next for both AWNY and Tangerine-Watson?
Well, as I mentioned, Ani is 100 years old, and as a transforming person that I am, there seemed to be so much that Ani did really well, and a lot more that people expected the organization to do that they were not. So my role in my 2-year tenure as president is to really help the organization transform and reimagine a bigger, better resource for members at all levels, from our digital content to really servicing senior women who don't really feel like they have a place to get support and to get what they need in the industry. So we really want to be able to support both college students and people at the younger levels, as well as middle managers and senior level women in a variety of ways beyond events.
That's amazing. Now, really quickly for our audience, how do you become a member at AWNY?
Well, if you're under 30, you can join as a young executive.
Okay.
And if you're a senior level person, it's all individual members. So we welcome people at all levels to join the organization.
Awesome. It's amazing. And the winning question is, what makes you differenter?
Well, you know, when you're in this, when you do what I do, it's important to have a passion for really seeing change
Yes.
and to really be courageous to really make a difference. So within our organization, within Tangerine-Watson, we are always trying to figure out what we can do differently, what we can do to really change the conversation so it's a lot deeper and a lot more connected to business. We really want to see business grow.
Right.
So our role right now and where we're going as an organization is to help companies really make the connection between inclusion and growing their business.
That's amazing. Well, thank you so much, Carol, for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
You are outstanding. And thank you for everyone watching. Catch us next week for a new episode on 24/7 Differenter.